Hey Rachel, how are you? Thanks for taking the time.
Of course. A show like this, I'm obsessed with the forced perspective things. I think it's so cool. Like, I found myself just like cackling when you're bench pressing a car. Like,
Hmm.
it's truly like it's such a cool way of telling this story, but also like making it so practical. And so when you're filming something like this, what is kind of like the challenge of like, you're a giant, but a lot of the time it is actually you just being filmed differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty much a challenge. There wasn't really a moment throughout the scenes where there wasn't some sort of trick happening. And so it was about kind of splitting my brain into two. One side was for remembering, remembering the lines, remembering the choices and the nuances, and the other side was having to remember the technicalities of it all. Whether it's don't lean too forward because then I'll look like I'm clashing into the other person or going through them, all the way to having to keep my neck bent over, pretending as if every roof that I'm under is too low for me. And so yeah, it was definitely a physical, mental, emotional challenge just to kind of put all the pieces together for Cootie. But trusting Boots and leaning on him and working with him 50-50 on this kind of help ground me.
Yeah, and Boots obviously like sorry to bother you, like he has this way of telling stories that are like so important, but also it's surreal kind of how he's telling the story and getting these themes out there. And when you're working with someone like that, where it is kind of like on paper, it's such a cool idea and the themes he's bringing up and talking about, but then you're like, yeah, but it's talking about a 13-foot guy in Oakland. How do you
Yeah.
kind of like work with him to like find the like levels of your performance while dealing with the absurdity?
Yeah, I think that's the magic of Boots' work. I'm sorry to bother you. Dealt with the same sort of concept where it's this reality that we all seem to know and we seem used to, even the mundane jobs, the mundane aspects of life, kind of blended into this high fantasy world. And I think I'm a Virgo is pretty much sorry to bother you on steroids for that reason because he takes the same thing and he dives into it more and he fleshes it out a bit more. But what's cool about it is that everything felt very real and grounded, and Boots set it up that way. Even working with practical sets, having mini pieces and mini cups or a mini phone in my hand, I always felt huge. I always felt large, and so I was able to sit into a more realistic performance that way, as opposed to having maybe just nothing in my hand or it being all fake like that. So I think Boots was able to create this real world, but also just putting in the fun tricks that he likes to put in it.
Yeah, the little burger like truly
Yeah.
was the funniest. It was like this
The
big.
tiniest burger. Yeah. They made those too. I was so impressed. I mean, I've never seen a little mini burger like that, but they would actually have little buns, little lettuce slices, little cheese slices. It was adorable.
Oh my God, I love it. With this though, like now that the show's coming out and audiences are gonna experience I'm a Virgo, I'm really excited just to kind of like see everyone's reactions. And before I leave, I do have to say I'm a Spider-Man nerd, and I do really want you to be Miles Morales someday because I think it'd be
That's always been my dream too. That's sweet. I'm glad you think that. You're on my side.
good. Good. But thank
Yeah.
you so much for talking with
All
me
right.
today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.